Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Good to have you here. This is Nancy with Nancy Kim. I am training on Amazon, and today I'm actually going to be training you about the business registration and what you need to go for when you're trying to register your company. So for Amazon FBA, you can choose to be a sole proprietor, right? So a sole proprietor is a person who's doing business as. So the business is going to have a name, which means you're going to just be calling it, let's say, for example, Nancy Kim Initiative, and that's going to be a sole proprietor. You go register it in your city, and you can have that registration done within a couple of hours depending on your city and their regulations. It's very, very affordable. In Texas is usually $25, and you can have a business that way and register it if you want it to be very minimal at first, because you haven't really decided which route you want to take. Sole proprietor is the simplest form of business registration where an individual owns and operates a business. The owner has unlimited liability and is personally responsible for all the debts and responsibility and obligations for that particular form of business that you're going with. So it's affordable, it's cheap, but it's going to be under your social. So everything is going to be under your social. It's going to allow you to get an EIN number, which you can use with the IRS filing when it comes to filing taxes. And also you can be able to open a business account with the sole proprietor type of a business that you want to go with, the registration that you want to go with. Another registration form that I will suggest you go with after a couple of months. You can try what is called a limited liability company, which is an LLC. So an LLC is pretty much a hybrid business structure that provides limited liability, which protects the owner. So in this case, you register this with your state. In Texas, registration is about $300. In other states like Georgia, is about $100. And other states, depending on how much they charge, it's you go through the state to get it. You can do it online. It's very, very, very simple. I do help people with company registration. So if you ever need help with company registration, reach out to me. We charge a small fee and get your registration done the best way possible. So the limited liability is it offers you flexibility in terms of management and taxation, and then you are not liable as the owner, because now it has its own EIN number. It separates you from the business, so you can actually run a business, and if there's any obligation or there's any debt that is in it, you are not responsible for it. The company is responsible for it. So I do recommend that for someone who's going to get this business for Amazon FBA, to go ahead and do an LLC. But in the first beginning months, you can still do a sole proprietor and then upgrade yourself to an LLC. And another method that we have, another form of registration that you can choose depending on how many people are getting into the business, you can do what is called a partnership. So a partnership involves two or more individuals who want to share the ownership and responsibility of the business. There are different types of partnerships. There is a general partnership where partners share liabilities, and there is limited partnership where both parties have general and limited partners and responsibilities. That is a good start for people who are going to be doing the business together, either as a husband or a wife, or as two friends who are trying to get into business and they want to partner up and do something in Amazon. That is also another type of registration that you can choose whenever you're trying to open up your business. Another form of business registration that you can go with is a corporation. This is now when you go to other heights in the business. The corporation, pretty much, it separates the legal entity, which is you, and or the shareholders, with the business itself. It's sort of like a limited liability, but then it's a little bit more structured, and it helps a lot with taxes. It helps a lot with having shareholders in the business who have different kinds of percentages in the business. So it doesn't have to be 50-50. It can be 20, it can be 10%, it can be 100%, depending on how much the shareholders have in the company. These are pretty much the four basic business forms of registration that I will suggest that you can, sign up with or register with when you're trying to run an Amazon business. So with that being said and done, I'm going to be recording another clip and showing you guys how we're going to move on from this to the next level. I do help my students to register LLCs if they're not able to do that. I do help them register their businesses. I do help them get their EIN numbers. I do help them get their business all the way set up in a way that it makes it very easy for them to actually get into the business, because I do understand that coming from a corporate world to becoming an entrepreneur, there can be some tough situations and tough questions that you need to ask, and there's some things you might not know how to do completely by yourself. You might go to YouTube and YouTube will teach you here and there what to do, but you need a step-by-step partner who's going to be there throughout the whole process and show you how everything is done and done safely, so you don't have to inconvenience yourself when it comes to your taxes, when it comes to anything else you want to do as pertaining the business. You don't want to be restricted because of how you registered your business. So I'm going to be leaving my links and my emails down below. Just in case you have any questions, kindly reach out to me and I'm going to walk you through the process of registration. I will help you register your business very smoothly, and in the process, if you would like to learn, I want you to learn, because I want you to know how to do these things all by yourself at the end of the day. So that being said, and then again, thank you so very much for giving me your time, and I do hope that this message makes sense to you and is going to help you navigate the registration process. Thank you.